I wanted to bring your attention to something that I saw this morning on Emmanuel Ogoli's page. It was a very interesting read, and he simply had a picture of Davido and Chioma on it, and he asked, please read. Very interesting. So I did the entire thing. Not many people do that these days. But I want to take an excerpt from it. He was referring to their relationship and what they've been through and how people, especially the media, has taken, well, nitpicked at it, especially from the very disadvantaged position. But here's what he says. Somewhere before the end of his entry, he says, these two experienced one of the worst tragedies that can wreck a union in the loss of their son. They also managed to return from a breakup. They survived almost millions of opinions tugging at their peace. The threat of ethnic divide has no hold on them. The pressure on him by other girls to replace her may have been a joke compared to how many men must have promised her 1,000,000 times more. Just to be the next man to step out with her. Trust my gender, they'll do it. They survived all of that. I see two youngsters who have set an example of what it is like to fight for what you have. A real effort we must admire. An example that should inspire not just celebrities, but every other person scared of trying. I found it very, very wholesome and interesting that somebody would actually put a very long write-up about these two and from such a position. Because they've been through so much. And I think that, if anything, the present generation has a lot to learn from these two. And I really hope that somewhere at the end that they find peace and everything comes together for them, because I think they are an exemplary couple. I don't know what you guys think, but that's my entry here.
Basically, I remember when we found out that he was going to perform in Qatar, and of course that was an agreement he had to do, but then he had cancelled other tours. He had his own tour in Atlanta,
in the US.
which he had to cancel and all of that, And he put up something after then. I think yesterday he said, see you in March. And there's talk that it's an album, or there's talk that, okay, he might just go off social media up until then. For me, I'm more concerned about his mental health. It's not about him coming to perform. If performing will help him, so be it. But if it's not, whichever way, I don't think that he should move, he should let the pressure from people get to him. And for their relationship, I really don't know what's going on inside there. I don't know if they are married. There was talk that they have
They've
been married, and if they're a couple now, and if it happened after that time, then probably they had a reason to want to,
show that unity and uniformity.
Get it together.
Get it together.
I just think that we don't celebrate them enough. And I think that for such a union that we should blow bigger trumpets, we should actually congratulate them more and all of that in light of everything that they have.
But why? Why should we go?
Because they're exemplary.
Exemplary. Okay, in what way? And this is being very objective. In what way
like
do
I
you
just
mean?
read.
Trust me, Mike.
Like I've just read, they've been through so much, but yet their union stands strong.
Stands strong.
Exactly.
Okay.
I mean, think about it. Other couples or other celebrity couples that have been through 1/10 of what these two have been through would have already caved in because of the social pressure, things people say, all the this and that, nitpicking at everything. I just think that these two have found out a formula to actually keep them together. Whatever it is, I think they should actually share it. Yes.
Couples go through a lot. I know D'banj and his wife lost a baby as well, their son. It's always an unfortunate thing, and the thing with losing a child, it can either ruin your relationship or make it stronger.
Make you both stronger, yeah.
There's usually no midway there. So if it's able to make a relationship stronger, then congratulations to them. Relationships usually endure test of time. And so with time, you will know whether it's going to really strengthen them, or because there will always be lapses, thoughts, regrets every now and then. So we can only hope the best for them. I remember and I earlier were even we're actually having a conversation about Michelle Obama's recent conversations, talking about her own experience, how at some point she didn't even like being married, but she stayed because of one thing or the other. So when you look at relationships like that, they actually inspire people to want to make the most of it. But then, even at that, we should always keep in mind that every relationship is unique. What works for one person
Might not work for the
might not
other
work for the
person.
other. So if a couple broke up because they lost a child or something, it doesn't mean that they are terrible.
It doesn't mean it's bad.
It doesn't mean it's bad. It's just,
It might just
they
be
are
good
just
for
with
them.
their threshold.
Yeah.
That's
not,
my opinion.
Not everybody will.
Would stay
Not everybody will stay
together.
together.
stay
And that doesn't make them bad people. It just
Yeah, I mean,
look
what
at
I'm-
J-Lo.
Yeah.
J-Lo, well, they're gonna come back, haven't they?
Thanos, six.
Yeah,
No,
I
she's
mean-
more than Thanos.
More than Thanos,
Just 6
Can
weeks.
you guys stop? Can you guys stop?
I
Yeah,
love
well,
J-Lo,
now
by the
you're
way.
making jest of J-Lo. We're
As
laughing at her situation. But
I
the
am
truth is,
not.
it's not a situation because I want to believe that for every marriage that she's been through,
She's learned
been
something.
better.
Yeah.
Right.
Taking us
Because
six-
it's an
6
experience.
rings, I mean,
it's
6
a journey.
marriages.
So, I mean, for every journey, for every marriage that she's been in, she's a better person. And I think that's what being you or being into relationships should be
And
about.
you know something I've also
So-
noticed about life? There's something I've noticed about life. A female might go through 20, 30 relationships. And just because she's not married, people ignore all those
Exactly, all the
relationships.
yeah.
And then a female might go through 10 relationships or 8 relationships, be married to 5 of them, engaged to 2 of them, and she's a terrible person.
Yeah.
I don't know. The way the world measures things.
And I think from
is
this Davido
amazing.
situation, what I'm going to take away from, or what I think everyone should take away from it is, these are 2 people that are coming together to make it work, not just one person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 people, guys. 2
yes.
people.
By the way, for J-Lo, I'm up for you. If you want to marry 20 times,
At this point,
if I
we'll
get
take a
married
break.
20
Please
times,
ignore
that's
Mike.